Welcome to my channel, Ken here. Today let's take a look at the Audio-Technica ATH-ADX3000. Let's go! Hit that subscribe button and leave a comment below. If you wish to purchase these headphones, I've left an affiliate link below. It's at no cost to you and it'll help my channel. I have here the Audio-Technica ATH-ADX3000s. Call them 3000s. They are a new offering from Audio-Technica. They're clearly derived from its big brother, the ATH-ADX5000. Here are the 5000s, and here are the 3000s. They look very similar, and clearly the family resemblance is striking. There's a couple of differences between the two, and these 3000s are basically a trickle-down version of the more expensive 5000s. They're twice as expensive, so $2,000 and $1,000. There's some differences, like cosmetically, but not a huge amount of difference. So one of them is the ear pads are different. These are more felt, plush kind, and these feel a little more, I don't know, memory foamy with different material for sure. And the cable is definitely different. The 5000s have braided cable, and the 3000s have a more standard plasticky rubber kind of cable. Both of them came with 1/4-inch plugs. The weight difference is not great. I think the 3000s are slightly lighter. So the specs on them are, they are 98 dBs per milliwatt, so they're very efficient. They have a 50 ohm nominal impedance, so they're pretty benign in their load on the headphone amp. They weigh 257 grams, which is very light, and they are very comfortable. I'll say that right away. They are an open air dynamic headphone, and these little proprietary plugs that go into the headphones are snappy and very reliable. They never fall out and they feel good. I think the cable is the right length. I think it's 2 meters. And I complain about quite a bit. They have not a very clear left-right marking. It's this little guy right here. They feel nice on the head, just like its big brother, the 5000. I feel like they could clamp in more, a little more on the bottom end here. But other than that, long listening sessions with these are absolutely a joy. They're light and comfortable. It's one of the most comfortable headphones that I've tried for sure. The 3000s come in this case, which is basically foam inserts here in kind of a flight case looking thing. Very nice packaging. When you go up to the more expensive 5000, you get this case, a little more substantial, and it has like a nice plush insert here. I tested these headphones on the following amplifiers to see how they would fare. That included the Cranbourne audio interface, the Lynx Aurora N, the Cord Alto, the Benchmark HPA4, the Ferramore Austrian Audio Score, the iPad, and an iPhone. And these headphones are definitely good enough that you can hear the difference between the amplification. These headphones certainly need break-in time, because when they arrived and I first tried them on, when I get a new piece of equipment in, I test it to make sure it works. But when I listened to them right out of the box, they were very bright and very brittle sounding. So I let them break in for a day or two, and the sound changed quite a bit. Besides them being extremely comfortable and pleasant to wear, which helps a lot here, There's some positive qualities I want to point out first with these headphones. They are very good at left to right. They give a very nice perspective, panning and air, and the top end is very impressive on these headphones, I think. The upper mid-range is very, very impressive, and they definitely have the Audio-Technica sound. The whole signature sound of these headphones definitely has an emphasis on the upper mids and the lower treble and above. So the upper air, it's very, very good. And your ears will definitely gravitate towards that spectrum because they're very detailed and very clear. The attack of guitars, cymbals, snare, crack, and violins, brass, upper brass, it all sounds great in these headphones. With this upper range attention, your ear kind of will start gravitating towards the sides a little bit and to the perspective, and they are very good in this regard. The dynamics are decent on these headphones, but not in the best I've heard. So these headphones are bright. They are actually a little bit brighter than the 5000s, as you can see here. My recommendation is that you get a warm sounding headphone amplifier to compensate a little bit for that brightness. But let me talk about the rest of the frequency range. So as you're going down the frequency range into the mids and the lower mids, I don't find them nearly as detailed and as accurate. The lower mids lack the same kind of detail and the same kind of fleshed out feeling. And when you're talking about the bass, it's a little bit underwhelming. I kind of tended to EQ the bass up a little bit because it felt a little bit on the light side. I do think that because the upper mids and the treble is so detailed and they grab your attention, they lack a little bit of detail in the bass and the lower mids for sure. After extensive listening to these headphones, I always feel like, oh, okay, well, let me listen to something with a lot of action and a lot of instruments in that upper mid, lower treble range especially, but also the upper air. So it kind of tended to sound good on orchestral stuff, and female voices I think sounded really good on these. On metal guitars, for example, you did pay attention to the crack more than the fullness of the sound. It was nice to hear cymbals on the drum kit, and because the left to right perspective is very good on these, toms would sound really good because the attack was very good on the toms, for example. It did have good separation between the instruments because of this. However, when you had a lot of lower mid energy, like a brass section, trombones and tuba and stuff, it was a little harder to differentiate between the different instruments in that range, and cellos and palm muting part of a metal guitar. They did lack some oomph to me and some power in that region and some impact. Since I recently reviewed the 5000s, I'll leave the link below. I did think that they're a little more balanced than the 5000s that were even more detailed, but I just felt like that coloration in the upper mids, because the comfort is so high, I think that a lot of people would definitely want to try these out, and because they're very detailed in that upper mid to treble range. Do I recommend them for $1,000? I definitely think that they're worth considering. There's some similarities with Sennheiser for sure with these headphones. So check them out and see if they're for you. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment below, and until next time, take care.